Hello, welcome. This is Alt Beauty Spot. I am Colleen. Alt Beauty Spot is a place to find everything clean, colorful, fun, edgy, glam, you name it. It's just a place where I'm sharing my knowledge of clean makeup specifically, or mainly, sometimes some clean beauty like skincare and stuff, but the kicker is it's not just neutral colors and accepting green beauty as a reason to like not have high performing makeup. I am here to show you high performing makeup and like prove and show you guys that you can get, you know, anything, any look from a magazine basically, while not harming your skin and your body. So today I wanted to do a tutorial for my more like glam kind of everyday makeup. So what this means is it's just my second of two. I basically have two ways I do my face makeup. Depends on the day and my needs. And a few weeks ago I shared my like super simple everyday, and so this one's just a bit more intense, a bit more full coverage, still very everyday, very wearable though. So yeah, that's what I wanted to show you guys today. And how this is gonna work is I'm gonna show you kind of my base. I'm going to take a break, and you guys should jump over to my Instagram at Alt Beauty Spot on Instagram as well. And I will have a nice little IGTV of this eye makeup to kind of pair it, and I'll come back here and show you the full finished face. So today is very much just the skin part of it and not as much the eyes or the lips. So to get started, I really like with this foundation that I'm going to use, which is the With Simplicity liquid foundation. I love this foundation. It's a bit more like matte finish sometimes, which I do enjoy, but because of that I like pairing it with a dewier primer to get the somewhere in between kind of finish. So the one I currently have that I'm trying to sort of use up is this Crop Natural Radiant Glow Primer. It's fine. I don't know that it's the most amazing. I also, you know, when I say I don't know, I kind of mean it, because I haven't really tried another dewy primer. I also have the Inika Pure Primer, but I don't know about that one either. So I'm using the Crop one because I like it overall. But when I run out, I might try another dewy primer. So if you guys have a good like dewier primer recommendation, you should definitely leave it below in the comments, because I'm gonna be needing one sooner rather than later. And I like to let the primer kind of set in for a minute, make sure it's really set well and gonna have some staying power, if you will. And I apologize for my hair. I have every intention of wearing my hat when I leave the house, but it's not always the best to like film with a hat on. So yeah. I'm really excited about this makeup too, to share it with you guys, because I went on a date last week. Your girl's like dating again. Fun. And this is definitely like how I did my makeup for it, and I felt so pretty and flawless, but it wasn't like over the top makeup. Like it wasn't too intense or too much. It very much just like makes your skin look really nice and put together. You can wear any like makeup you want to on top of it, and yeah, I don't know, it just like made me look really pretty, I felt like. And when I say I did this makeup last week, I mean both this like glam base and the eye look that I'm gonna film for Instagram as well. Like the finished look that we're gonna have today is exactly what I did last week, and it lasted all night and it just looked so good. So you guys are kind of in luck, because I am breaking out a little, which means I'm gonna show you my color correcting kind of skills or techniques as well. So I'm really loving the Plain Jane Beauty color correctors. I'm still working through a sample of this. This is the green tea color. It's really pigmented and thick, but also like buffs out really well. Big fan of it. And so I like to put color correctors on after primer, before foundation, so that the foundation can help like blur them out, and then if you need to, you can still go over concealer with it, but you're not like over manipulating your makeup. Like, allow the process of applying foundation to help buff out any of that color. So this is the EcoTools blurring brush, and I just tap it in there a little bit, and then I just tap over kind of any red spots. Anything that is a bit more intense or just needs a little bit extra attention, give it a good few taps of the green color corrector, and you should be good to go. I think color correcting is not something you necessarily like need every day, but I think especially for days where you're trying to look a little more flawless, a little more put together, it's really good to have, because there's nothing worse than having a big red spot that you feel like you can't cover up with foundation and concealer. And so that color corrector, the green, help cancels out the red. It helped neutralize it. And so yeah, for just big, I think everyone should just have it just in case. So now I'm gonna go in with the With Simplicity liquid foundation, and I'm the shade 2.5. You can order samples of this off their website, which is what I did earlier this summer, and it really just helps make sure that whatever color you buy is gonna, you know, match well. So I did about 1.5 pumps of that foundation on my hand, and then I'm gonna take this EcoTools bronze brush. I love this. This is my new favorite foundation brush, and just tap it in and start like blending it out. Okay, so now that that foundation's on, we can go in with concealer. And I like, you know, especially with this foundation, I have been loving the Kosas Revealer Concealer again. And I'm surprised by that because it's not like the thickest formula, it's not the most coverage, but I think this foundation has a bit of coverage that this paired with it can help try to hide like any more color that's left showing, and but does it in like a dewier skin like finish. And I think a lot of other concealers are a bit stiff in my opinion right now, but that could be, everyone might have a slightly different personal preference on that one, but I'm just telling you, like, this is my kind of current favorite pairing. And honestly, guys, like, I'm not an over the top, like, cover it up person, because I'm realistic and I know that my makeup's gonna move a touch throughout the day no matter how good of a job I did on it. And so I just kind of make sure that like I'm feeling pretty good about my skin, but by no means am I trying to say like this makeup's gonna take terrible skin and make it absolutely flawless. Like, for me, it takes my okay skin, I'm breaking out right now, and it makes it just very like pretty, but that does not mean it's perfect, and I'm okay with that. I'm not trying to be like a model from the magazine. So this is just the e.l.f. Cosmetics Camo Concealer Sponge. It's my favorite for concealers, but to each their own. Okay, and there's like the face base. The face base, yeah. That's kind of, you know, the gist on how I get my skin nice and like pretty and set for the rest of my makeup. So I'm gonna go in now with like some bronzers and things like that. I think you can totally switch these colors up a little bit. This base is just nice and neutral, so depending on the look you're going for, what colors you might want in your eyeshadow or what you're wearing or whatever, you can definitely change up the intensity of like bronzer, what color blush you're using, all that stuff. This is my current, like, I just want to feel pretty go-to. And for the eye look, which is a bit bronzier and simpler, I like warming it up with some of these colors. So that's why I'm choosing the colors I am today. But even like the nude blush I used in my like super simple everyday, you could very easily still use that here. This is just for the overall look I'm going for, the colors that I think work the best. So to start it off, we're going to start with the Tower 28 Bronzino, and I have the color West Coast, which is the lighter of the two. And then I just take this e.l.f. Cosmetics Airbrush Stipple brush. This is just my favorite one for applying this bronzer. I just tap it in there, try to get like a pretty decent amount, and then I just go in wherever I want some of that kind of bronze tone and start buffing it in. I went for a slightly like medium level of kind of bronzer today. Not over the top, but I definitely wanted it to be there and present. So next I'm gonna go in with probably what my current favorite cheek is. I just love this so much. It's also coconut free. This whole routine is coconut product free. Part of why my skin's doing so much better. If you guys haven't seen that video, go see how I kind of like cleared up my acne in a pretty short period of time. It's pretty interesting. And this is a product I found when I kind of had to overhaul some of my makeup. So this is the Ilia multi-stick in the color Cheek to Cheek. So it's just this juicy like red coral color. I don't know, I love it so much. It is amazing. And then I really like using this Real Techniques highlight brush for cream blushes lately, a newer thing I'm doing. But I just get some of the product on the brush. You don't need too much. It's a pretty fun product in the fact that you can get like a sheared out layer of it, or you can kind of build it up. I think products that do that are great. And I like focusing on like this part right here to start and like buffing it out from there. And this color is just the prettiest like flush of red, sort of red orange. I don't know, it's just, there's something about this color for me, man. There you go. easy. I love how easy this Ilia stick is to use. You could easily like swipe it on your cheek and buff it out. I just like that little bit of control that this brush gives me. And then I want to go in with highlight, and this is probably one of my favorite highlights right now as well. So it's the Inika Liquid Glow. I think it's just what it is. And this stuff is amazing. It is like that glow from within glow that I love. The only thing is it can dry somewhat quickly, so you can't like apply it all over and then blend it in. Like you kind of have to go area by area so that you don't get stuck with like a line or dots. If that's its one fault, I think it's pretty easy to work around. Otherwise, beautiful product, amazing staying power, gorgeous glow. But, you know, just that's the information I think you all need. So you just shake it up, and then it's this gorgeous little doe foot applicator like that. And I like to start on my cheekbones. So like that. And taking the same Real Techniques brush, buff it in or out or whatever. Next spot. And then I'll do my forehead real quick. And while I'm buffing that in, I like to put some on my inner corners of my eyes and let that start to set in. But the eye part is definitely like for the eye look I'm going for. I don't do that every time as part of my highlighter. That's like mainly I just like the glow this gives on the inner corner of my eyes with the eyeshadows and everything that I'm going to be using today. Okay, and then let's do our brows really quickly. Pop on over for that eyeshadow look, and I will be back after that, but let's do our brows first. I'm feeling my PYT brow pencil today. It's just kind of my favorite, guys, and you're gonna have to let me be. And then I'm gonna lock these in with the Airy Perez clear brow gel. Okay. So there we have it. This is my Glam everyday base, just a bit more intense. We are going to pop on over, do the eyes really quickly, and I will be right back. Okay, I am back and I'm in my hat. The eyeshadow is done. I think it's just so flattering and so pretty. It's not over the top, but you could very well take your eye makeup over the top with this base. But even if you leave it a bit more like bronzed goddess like I did today, it just looks nice. It just looks pretty. And that's, I think it's very flattering to just have like a very I look pretty or I feel pretty makeup routine in your bag of tricks. So last step is gonna be lipstick, and I'm just wanting to, you know, keep in this like just very pretty thing right now. So I'm gonna go with one of my favorite lipsticks. It's an exact dupe for a conventional one that I had used for years and years, and I was finally able to replace that. I was actually holding on to it secretly, but now I have a clean dupe for it. So it is the new Evolution Cosmetics lipstick in the color Chianti. It's just so pretty. And even my mom, who's a bit paler than me, but we're very similar coloring otherwise, she borrowed it once and she ended up buying her own because it's just so pretty. It's like a mauvey purple. And there you have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video so much. I love sharing these things with you guys. If you haven't already, again, go check out my very simple everyday makeup. This is my more glam everyday. And in terms of base makeup, those are kind of my two. That's kind of what it is. So yeah, I'm gonna go to a menu tasting at my job, so I'm gonna get like a little day tipsy maybe. I'm very excited about that. And yeah, thank you guys for joining, being here, watching, sticking through it. If you haven't already, hit subscribe down below. Go follow me at @altbeautyspot, also on Instagram and Pinterest mainly. And yeah, leave any comments, questions, whatever's down below, and I will see you next time. Bye.